with everything going on with Russia right now, Russia is bullish on Bitcoin as it legalizes crypto for international payments. Is this a bullish thing? Normally speaking, yes. But of course, if Russia's involved, then there's threats maybe of more sanctions or more regulations and, stuff like that we don't want to hear about. But overall, having a major country legalizing crypto for payments is pretty damn good, if you ask me, right? Obviously, there's a whole thing with Russia right now with the war, with sanctions. A lot of people want this war to stop, right? And Russia is basically looking at other ways to take payments and make payments. But still, overall, this is a pretty big thing. Israel just granted its first crypto trading license to an exchange called Bits of Gold. Clever name. So now Israelis can now trade Bitcoin and crypto and even XRP if they wanted to, right? So this is pretty big too. And then Estonia also approves the very first Bitcoin/crypto bank, right? So worldwide adoption is happening right in front of our eyes. This is why I've been saying, despite all the negative things that we've been hearing about, more and more people are tuning to Bitcoin, turning to crypto, turning to blockchain, decentralization. They're turning to something better. That's what they want. They crave it, especially when you're seeing all this happen right in front of our eyes in terms of inflation and devaluing, debasing of currencies, right? We're seeing it right in front of our eyes. So many are turning to Bitcoin, and we're even seeing countries opening up because citizens crave it. People crave it, right? And that's what's happening right now. Fantastic stuff. And of course, in terms of Bitcoin metrics, look at this, accumulation addresses skyrocketing right now. People are craving more, long-term holders, and what they're holding on to, the supply going up all-time high. So don't give up. That's why I've been telling you guys, don't give up. Stay strong, focus on the future, because that is what we're looking towards. The future. Not right now. It's bad right now, but the future will be way better than what we're experiencing right now. It's always like that. Trust me, every single cycle, we go through these up and downs. And right now, we're going through something that Bitcoin has never gone through before. And I would say it's succeeding in a big way. All right, now, but as for global adoption, still happening slowly. Yesterday, I showed a couple articles from a couple other countries that are embracing, like Israel, even Russia, Estonia. Today, we're seeing that Singapore's largest bank, DBS, is now offering crypto to its 100,000 clients. We know Singapore is already pretty pro-crypto, but adoption is happening already right in front of our eyes. It's just that may be hard to notice, but it's happening. It's happening. More and more people are looking for something better. All right, what else is there showing this? The psychology of a market cycle. Usually in bad times, people like to show this, but with any kind of market cycle, you have certain phases like panic, capitulation, anger, depression, the bad stuff. And if you equate to where we are now, you could argue that we're like heading into that depression stage. I don't know, though. I mean, again, putting things into perspective, and this is what I do literally every day. As bad as it seems right now, with Bitcoin being stuck at 19,000 or 18,000, still nowhere near as bad as falling to 3,800 in 2020. Again, that was March of 2020. That wasn't March of like 2011 or 2008. It wasn't like 12 years ago. Bitcoin didn't even exist then. That was only 2.5 years ago when Bitcoin fell below 4,000 and Ethereum fell below $100. So if you think Ethereum at 1,300 or Bitcoin at 19,000 is bad, well, just think about where it was 2.5 years ago. So I don't know, we're quite there, like at depression level, at least in terms of the Bitcoin cycle. I know it's bad if people feel bad, especially if you bought at top, but overall, nowhere near as depressing as some of these previous bottoms or drawdowns or corrections or bear markets that we have gone through before. So just to remind you guys of that. And right now, really, if you look at, no one's really selling Bitcoin besides whales and these institutions possibly selling off their large holdings or possibly just manipulating the market. The general retail investor that's in the space right now, like you and I, no one's really selling. Why would you be selling Bitcoin at 19,000 or 18,000? It's a lot closer to bottom than it is to top. You don't sell something after it's down like 80%. It's not logical, it's not smart. And everyone that's still in the space now truly believes and understand what it's about. If they didn't, they wouldn't be in the space and they wouldn't still be holding. So obviously, if you look at anything measurable in terms of accumulation, addresses, and number of Bitcoin held, 5+ years, 7 years, whatever, they're all still high and skyrocketing. In fact, most of them are going towards all-time highs. So very positive, very encouraging. Stay focused. All right. Lastly, oh yeah, here's one. I was proving my point. A record high of 77%, 78% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in 6 months. Think about that. 78% has not moved in 6 months. Holders are holding. Years, but the ones that do survive, and I do think they will survive, a lot of them won't survive, and they'll become the next powerhouses, like the giant internet companies. But regulations will, they will come for sure. And even if a lot of these bigger projects are deemed securities, they're not going to go away. Like, for example, I'm going to use Ripple, their current lawsuit with the SEC. Even if they lose, even if they are declared security, doesn't necessarily mean they just close down shop and that's it. It just means that they have to comply with SEC rules and regulations and their auditing and all the stuff that they want. I mean, think about all the stocks that's traded out there are securities. They're still operating, but it's just a lot of hassle to go through all the hoops that the SEC wants you to go through, right? And no project wants to go through that. The scrutiny of that is just, it's too much for most projects, to be honest. They don't have the manpower or the money or the time to do so.
Yeah.
So I think there will be more regulations, but I think not everyone is against crypto. We have a few senators in the U.S. that's very pro crypto. So I think there'll be a lot of infighting. I think both sides will be fighting it out. Obviously, there's a lot of people in crypto space that are kind of like for no regulations at all, right? Everything should be dictated by a free market. No one should be regulating anything. But we do see some cases where there's a lot of projects that go under, rug pulls and stuff like that. So I think some regulations are good and necessary, but hopefully we find that good balance between both. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin and crypto for the first time and you don't know where to get started, head over to CryptosRus.com and click on the best exchange guide. Within, you'll find a list of exchanges that I recommend and some that I use on a daily basis. Head over to CryptosRus.com or utilize the links in the description of this video.